kids, to use their privilege to get ahead versus with access to other people versus access from themselves and opportunity. And then also the need of affirmative action, right? Because not everyone is going to be 27th generation. Not everyone's going to be, the second or fourth or first person in their family. And it goes back into what you're saying, the diversity of an eclectic group is just going to enhance everyone's experiences on the university, in the career, and in our world. So here on College for All, we share the message and giving tips and advice about making sure that nothing's impossible unless you think it's impossible. So any advice that you have specifically, because now kids thinking like, oh my God, I have to do something crazy for testing, something for grades, something for, I have to be an athlete to get into these, schools. Because like you said, you got into some schools, you didn't, and you made it your own. So if you had to redo it again, what would you repeat? What would you do differently? And what advice would you give to both our listeners here on the air?
Oh, gosh, so much advice. I guess at the top of my head, I think that the system is flawed. Okay. I think that, again, what's happening right now is disheartening, but we are putting far too much pressure. When I was applying for college, I was 17 years old, and thank goodness I had you to help me because you just know everything and anything about college, and I had an amazing support system. Those two things still made it very difficult. I went to an all-girls private Catholic high school. The pressure surrounding you is unreal. You don't want to keep up with the Joneses. I can sit here and be like, college is college. Like, go where you go, make the best of it. But you feel pressure, and it's not even the students. It's the parents talking about, oh, well, I just got in here. My daughter just got in here, there. And it's like, oh, my gosh, everyone just simmer. It's all a great experience. If I could do it over again, I wish I could tell myself it'll all work out, okay? No matter where you go, it'll work out. And people say that till you're blue in the face. I think I hate it when people say that to me, but it truly does. It doesn't matter where you go. Be the best version of yourself you can be. And, you're going to make accidents along the way, and you hope that those accidents are all not permanent, but learn from them and just go along with the ride. If I could give advice to anyone, don't procrastinate. And also, don't do things that you feel like you have to, okay? Like I personally, Girl Scouts is an awesome thing, right? Cool organization, great community service. It wasn't for me, okay? I knew girls doing it through 18 years old just to check that box on that college resume, and that would personally, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do something that I wasn't passionate about, that I had no interest in, just to make my resume look better. You don't have a whole lot of time in high school between the tests and the schools and the friends and maintaining that social life, which is equally as important as doing school. Don't do things just because you feel like you have to, because it's so competitive. You can only control so much, right? Sometimes you just got to lift your hands up and say, you know what? I did my best. And once you feel like you did your best, let it go, because there's nothing more you can do.
Well said. Well said. And I think also too is that don't overdo a specific thing. I know it's hard for any of us. I think even for you, for us to say, oh, have balance. But if something's consuming you that you don't love, like you're doing too much test preparation, but fixating like I have to get in this class, and you're doing hours and hours of tutoring or going to resources, and you're not getting that, but I tell everyone it's essential, that PDF time, that personal down family time, then that's not going to allow you to be creative. I mean, that's one thing that, when I talked to admissions officers who got in and who didn't, a lot of times it's like, well, they just didn't stand out, because I think a lot of times students are just writing that traditional essay versus their authentic voice, being true there, or they are just doing, like you said, checking the box versus like, I really love shoes and I'm going to sell shoes like crazy on eBay. I know someone make that a $40,000 business a year as a high schooler doing that, but do you the best. And that's why I really appreciate you coming on the show as being someone that not too long ago did the admissions process, did it on her own. FYI, Navina is one of my amazing nieces. So I was honored to you allow me to support you along that way. And also, you had a balanced list, right? You didn't have one dream school. You didn't have this, I have to get in this school. You let the dice roll, and some of it worked out, some didn't, and you pushed that envelope since day one and still today. And I think it's worked out pretty good for you, right?
No complaints. If I remember correctly, I don't think that I got into any school I wanted to go to. So it all worked out. And, if I could just give one more piece of advice for any of your students, and most importantly, the parents listening, I think the parents need just as much coaching as these poor students. Like, it's stressful on them, too. Listen to Anna Maria. Like, she knows what she's doing. I think you wanted to tell me I told you so several times during the process, but you didn't. And I think I love that PDF. I love that acronym. That's really great, and because it's not all just black and white. And, you need to be mentally all there in order to give your best self. And I think that, Anna Maria really does emphasize that. And, she knows her stuff. So there's not a whole lot I wouldn't listen to you about in regards to college admissions.
Well, thank you, Navina. And you have a lot of great wisdom for everyone. So while we keep on hearing about the scandal, I don't think the scandal is going to be their way. Take a time to take a pause and just reflect on you. There's always going to be madness and other situations, but also look at all the positives that are out there. Look at the gratitude. And if this is a lesson of not being a name chaser or be a comparison, this is what drove these families to go this path. And down the road, it wasn't healthy. And through this college admissions program, the reason why we do this is to give everyone an opportunity so that they can go and move forward, creating their own chapter the way that they want to do it, the best way, not with one specific school, no perfect match, but just doing it one step at a time. And when we trip, we learn, right? Like for everybody else. I want to thank you, Navina, for being part of this show and giving a really honest point of view. And I'm going to share one last story, too, that you shared with me. Or actually, I think it'd be better. Can you talk about when you walked around in the store and you were wearing your USC T-shirt? What did somebody say to you?
Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, I will happily talk about this. The other day, I was in Sephora, which is a women's beauty store, women's and men's, maybe. I don't know.
No, I wonder why Sephora is so significant.
And I'm wearing my UC sweatshirt. And again, very proud alum. I worked my butt off in college, okay? Just like, I would say 99% of the people there doing it. And this woman comes up to me, middle-aged woman. I assume she's a mom. And she looks at my UC sweatshirt and she's like, "Did you go there?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she was like, "Do you really think you should be wearing that type of sweatshirt right now?" And it was just, it just blew my mind. It's like, you know what? You don't know me. I'm very proud to go to my school, which probably is the unpopular opinion right now. I get it. But it's like, I got it on my own merit. I did my thing there. And I don't know. I felt very attacked in her words. In a very mean tone. And it's just, it's anger and hate don't make the world go round, and it's got to stop.
No, it does. And, and when there's situations that makes you unhappy, then close that door and turn around about someone for gratitude and don't assume. Whether it be what someone represents, what they do, or what that college can offer, what they can do about it. So no haters in this entire process or in life. That is anything the opposite what College for All does do here. So, well, we appreciate you, Navina. Congratulations on earning your way and surviving those rejections and becoming a stronger person through that and being that risk taker, because I think that's what makes you so wonderful and all those other students is not because of the degree that is being issued. It's because of all that hard work and the merit that you have made on your own. So congratulations. Appreciate you on the show here on College for All.
Thank you for having me, and good luck to all the students applying.